the internet exploded overnight. I mean, fans were just left entirely speechless. And behind the cameras, well, a hidden truth was finally exposed. Welcome to Saqi Celeb Talk. Join us as we uncover the biggest celebrity stories, from shocking scandals to the hidden truths behind the headlines. Today's deep dive is about the headline you have probably seen everywhere. Love Island producer James Barker dies at 40.
Yeah, it is just such a tragic, unexpected story. We are pulling from reports by TMZ, Variety, and statements from Peacock and ITV America to, really unpack what happened here.
Exactly. We are looking at his sudden passing in Fiji, his massive impact on the industry, and, well, later in the deep dives, we will reveal the darker shadow that has quietly followed this franchise. But let us start with the shock of it all. During the filming of Season 8 in Fiji, James Barker suffered a fatal, unexpected medical emergency.
Right, and he was only 40. He had just taken over as the full-time executive producer for Love Island USA in January 2026. And his background is, it is just wild. He went from Pawn Stars to the Emmy-winning Queer Eye.
Wait, really? That is quite the jump.
It really is. And on a personal level, which just makes this so much more heartbreaking, he had literally just bought an apartment with his partner, Adam.
Oh, man, that is incredibly sad. And professionally, I mean, he was sort of like the conductor of an orchestra for this show, because he was a DJ for 20 years, right?
Yes, exactly. He meticulously oversaw the show's soundtrack. In unscripted TV, silence is just, well, it is awkward. Barker knew exactly which low-tempo synth track would turn a random, passing glance into this devastating romantic betrayal.
Right, he essentially wrote the emotional script through sound design, which is why his loss is so massive for the production. I mean, how does a massive, fast-paced show pivot and heal when its creative genius is suddenly just gone?
It is chaos. The post-production assembly line basically breaks down. Networks have to scramble and fly in emergency showrunners.
And those new people do not even know, like, the contestant's psychological baseline.
Exactly, or the subtle off-camera storylines. It's a complete systemic shock to a crew that literally has to deliver an episode the very next day.
It really shows how much extreme pressure is on everyone. Which brings us to something we cannot ignore. And that is not even the craziest part of this story. If you love deep dives into these hidden industry truths, make sure you hit subscribe right now. Because behind the scenes, like, another secret has quietly been unfolding for years. There is a haunting pattern in paradise.
Yeah, the wider Love Island universe has this incredibly unsettling history of tragedies. The glamorous, escapist facade heavily contrasts with the intense human fragility operating behind the scenes.
Right. We are talking about the 2020 suicide of UK host Caroline Flack, who was also 40. Then the drug-related death of Paul Danon in January 2025. And the suicides of contestant Sophie Graydon in 2018 and Mike Thalassides in 2019.
It is a lot. It forces us to sort of look at the entire machine in a completely new way. You have this profound contrast between the sun-soaked reality we consume and the real lives at stake.
I have to push back a little here, though. Is it fair to connect these distinct personal tragedies? Barker's passing was a medical emergency, which is, fundamentally different from mental health struggles or addiction.
That is a very valid point.
Are we just conflating unrelated tragedies because they share a logo, or does this pattern expose the uniquely overwhelming systemic pressures of the reality TV machine?
Well, the underlying causes of death are absolutely distinct.
Yeah.
But look at the shared environment. Whether you are a 20-something cast member or a 40-year-old producer working around the clock to earn out 6 episodes a week, you are trapped in an ecosystem designed to commodify human volatility.
Oh, wow. Commodify human volatility. That is a heavy way to put it, but it is so true. The physical and psychological toll of operating at that level of chronic stress is just staggering.
It really is. And Barker's colleagues are actually honoring him in their Tuesday broadcast. It is clear his specific brand of empathy left an indelible mark on them.
It definitely forces you to reconcile the polished product with the vulnerable people making it. Which brings us to the end of today's deep dive. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss the next celebrity twist.
Yes, definitely hit subscribe. You do not want to miss what we uncover next.
Before we go, think about this. As AI and algorithmic editing start taking over the entertainment world, chopping up clips to maximize viewer engagement without human input, what happens to the raw human empathy that producers like Barker brought to these shows? The next time you watch reality TV, ask yourself, without a human heartbeat behind the camera, can reality TV even survive? You have been listening to Saqi Celeb Talk, where we uncover the stories, secrets, and drama-shaping celebrity culture. Thanks for tuning in, and do not forget to subscribe for more stories the internet cannot stop talking about.